All right, what's up, guys? Here with Luis.
Hello.
And I got a couple questions for you. Actually, I got a lot of questions for you.
Let's go for it.
So first of all, how old are you?
25.
25.
Yeah.
And then what do you weigh?
About 170 flat.
Okay, so that's pretty heavy for you. And then how tall are you?
About 5'10", 5'11".
5'10". And then your body fat, what is it now and what does it kind of stay at?
Right now, I would say it's about 15%.
Okay.
I would say about 15. Typically, I probably stay anywhere between 13 to 16%.
Okay.
But I'm currently doing a cut right now before the winter because I want to go into the winter in shape so I can do a nice proper bulk and not just.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Okay, that's interesting. And then your background. Tell me about like the fitness background. Obviously, you're a personal trainer.
Yeah. So I first started was in high school. Played sports since I can remember.
Yep.
Basketball, football, baseball. Just kind of did everything. And once high school started coming to an end, and then I realized I wasn't gonna go to the next level. I had a chance to go to the next level, but just didn't work out. Family stuff happened. Kind of didn't really know what to do. Just started going to the gym just to fill that void of not playing football anymore. Yeah. And then it kind of just fell in love with it. Just kept going every single day. Just something that I looked forward to.
Okay.
I was in college at the time, and I was just didn't really want to be there. I just rather be at the gym. I love talking to people. I didn't like sitting in the classroom. So the gym was that gateway.
Gotcha. Yeah. And then that passion in the gym got you into personal training.
Yeah, because so many people was always asking me so many questions like, what do I eat? What's my workouts? What do I do? I started helping a lot of people online, friends, family, and I was like, why don't I just do this as a job?
Gotcha.
So
what age was that you got into it?
Which one?
What age did you get into personal training?
I got my training license at 22.
Okay, so you've been doing about 3 years now. Yeah, that's the thing. Once you kind of become in shape, you start becoming like a walking billboard.
Right, exactly.
And people take notice.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't take notice at first, but eventually they can't not take notice.
Yeah.
Did you find that?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I remember because I would see the same people in the gym for years because I would go to LVAC since I first started, and like every day they would just see like that progress. They're like, oh dude, I haven't seen you in a while, you look great. And like eventually those dudes that I would look up to, and like the older they got, they started to like ask me questions and kind of say how to stay in shape. So it felt good to see that switch.
I remember the first time I cut was I put pictures of guys on my door. Like I wanted to look like, and my first cut, I started looking better than pictures on the door. I was like,
really?
Damn, this is
right. Exactly.
You never thought you would ever be there, right? It just seemed so like unattainable, and then you hit that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so you're training. What do you do for training? You obviously lift weights. Run me through kind of how you train, how often you train, why you do weights.
Yeah, so right now I'm lifting about 5 days a week.
Okay.
I'm taking 2 days off. I typically do one, but I realize my body is better off of more rest. So I take 2 days off.
Which I can't stress that enough, right?
No, yeah, exactly.
More isn't necessarily better.
Exactly. More is never better. When I realized that, the progress just went up. I was overtraining. I was in the gym every day, 2+ hours a day, and I didn't realize how much I was overtraining. And once I took a step back, it was a game changer.
When I was your age, exactly the same.
Exactly.
That's correct. And I'll let you say this, but where does your body change? Does it change in the gym, or does it change when you get home?
It changes when I get home.
It doesn't do jack in the gym.
Yeah.
The gym's just a stimulus, right?
Exactly. That's all it is. It definitely changes at home because like that lifestyle, when you're home throughout your day, you're only in the gym for what, an hour a day?
Well, that's what's going to ask you. About an hour a day.
Yeah,
it's only 5 hours a week, right?
Exactly. Only an hour a day, 5 hours out of the week. What are you doing for the next 23 hours? You know what I mean?
Yeah, every single day.
Exactly. What are you eating? How much you're sleeping? What's your recovery looking like? How much water you're drinking? Things like that.
Love to hear you say that.
Yeah, it's definitely at home than in the gym.
Love that. And then the type of weight training you do you lift heavy? Do you do a lot of compound exercises? Do you do more volume?
So I took a step back of volume and I'm doing a little bit more intensity. And
okay, what do you mean by intensity?
More intensity, just controlling the movement. I can go as heavy as I can, but as long as I'm staying with a specific rep range and controlling the movement, and I feel my form break, I would drop the weight. Okay. But as long as I finish those reps.
Do you kind of mean like you get a guy doing a chest press and they're just going through the motion, opposed to getting the chest up, squeezing through, contracting?
That's like more intense.
That's what you focus on.
Yeah, that's where I'm more focusing on. More of that control. I'm very big on controlling that negative, that eccentric movement.
Why is that? Like I know why, but why
that's where the muscles grow.
Yeah.
I always say to my clients, slow and control makes the muscles grow.
twice as slow on the way down, right?
Exactly.
Because you're twice as strong on the way down.
Exactly.
So you kind of compensate that by coming down slow, right?
Yep, exactly.
And then like time under tension. That's kind of what you're getting at with your training now, right?
Yep, that 2 to 3 second eccentric is that time under tension, controlling that movement, getting the feel for that muscle that you should be hitting.
The feel, like that mind-muscle
mind
connection. Love hearing you say that, bro. Do you lock out on emotions, or are you kind of like more of a stay in that like sweet spot?
Kind of like just keep it pushing in that.
Yeah, like are you locking out and coming through the motion, or are you just kind of staying under that time under tension, doing like 2/3 of the exercise? It depends.
If I'm doing more of a compound lift, then I'm gonna get that pause at the top and still control. If I'm going through an accessory, like if I'm doing like a fly, I'm still gonna have that control, but I'm gonna stay within that. Just like with pumping. With that pump. I'm always gonna stay within that control the entire time. So I'm still gonna get a nice squeeze, but I'm still gonna just have a little bit more of a faster pace than I would with a compound. Okay.
So time under tension, 5 days a week, taking plenty of recovery.
Definitely.
And understanding that you were overtraining at one point.
Exactly.
Dude, I can totally relate. All right, next question is, have you ever lost your motivation? And why'd you lose it? How'd you get it back?
Yeah, definitely. So I recently just went through that last year. So when I did my last show in Miami, I did a cut for about 7-8 months because I got really out of shape. And I was going through it for so long, I felt like I was just going through the motion. I didn't feel like I was in love with the gym anymore.
You just kind of
I kind of just was doing it because I told myself I was going to do it. I ended up winning the show that I did in Miami, but I just wasn't satisfied about it. I kind of put that behind me. This whole year just kind of took some time off, didn't focus on competing or really going for an aesthetic look. I just wanted to feel healthy again. I wanted to get back in shape. I kind of wanted to just feel love for the gym again. Enjoy, have more of a balance. Because since I started, I was always so focused on gym, eat, which is not a bad thing, but it can get to that point where it can diminish that motivation for sure.
Gotcha. So you kind of reset in a way.
Yeah, I feel like I had to reset this year for sure.
Did you train with someone? Did you change your environment? Would you train by yourself?
90% of the time I train by myself.
Okay, and is that just because you can rely on yourself? And
more I can rely on myself, and then my gym partner, he's typically works until 8 o'clock, but then I will work at 4 in the morning, so we don't have that same schedule. So I really only work out with maybe one other person. Okay. But he's never around, so.
Gotcha.
So typically myself.
So you have lost your motivation, and you kind of just go back to the core of why you're doing this, opposed to why you should be doing this.
Right, exactly.
Gotcha.
Just had fun with it. Just started doing new things. Just started to have fun with it. I started doing some more mobility work. I did yoga a little bit. I started doing more outdoor activities. Just kind of switched it up and kind of had fun.
Make it fresh again.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Make it fresh again.
I think that's very important. Is like you don't necessarily just have to go to the gym and do the same exercises the same way. You can mix it up any which way as long as you're kind of staying active. Your diet's on point. Yeah. And you enjoy it. Exactly. Enjoying it is number one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Even with your clients, you find what they enjoy the most and focus on that. Opposed to, hey, you got to do lunges because lunges are good for you.
Exactly. Just find out what their goal is. Because, I mean, I'm a bodybuilder, I can say, but 99% of my clients are just lifestyle clients. You know, they just want to get in shape. So,
beach body, right?
Yeah, exactly. They're not going to do the same particular things that I do on a day-to-day, and someone can do that on a day-to-day. Some people just don't have that discipline. And when you have clients, they just want to have fun, they just want to feel good, they want to get back in shape, and you just want to
open the jar easier, get off the couch easier, get out of bed easier.
Exactly. Not hurting when they
basic stuff that you and I take for granted that you realize that most people struggle with on a daily basis.
Exactly.
Your thoughts on cardio?
I would say...
Do you do it?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think you need to do it? How important is it when it comes to weight loss?
So, yeah, I do it.
I feel like you got a good answer for this.
Yeah, I do. So, I do it whether I'm bulking or whether I'm cutting, regardless. Because just for that cardiovascular health, just to make me feel better. For one, if I'm bulking and I'm doing cardio, it's going to boost my metabolism. So, I'm going to be able to eat more. Do you have to do cardio to lose weight? No, you don't have to do it. A lot of... I say influencers are putting out there that you don't need to do it at all. I say that you should. Not every day, you don't need to, for more cardiovascular health.
So you're talking about heart health, right?
And it's gonna help you lose weight as well. Yeah. Not saying that that's gonna be the only thing that's gonna make you lose weight. You know, going to the gym, eating good is gonna have you lose weight, but putting a little cardio in there is gonna boost it more. It's gonna help a lot.
I love your answers, man.
Yeah, thank you.
You got a very fresh perspective.
I appreciate that.
And you just, I don't know, you just get it. I love it.
Thank you.
So heart health.
Yes.
And then just that little extra touch to
just a little extra touch to it.
Gotcha.
I just had a conversation yesterday with someone who DM'd me. They were saying that, oh well, I'm bulking right now. Like, why do I need to do cardio? I'm just like, just for that cardiovascular health. And he said that he was having trouble eating. I'm like, do about 10-15 minutes of cardio a day on an incline treadmill, you'll eat more.
Really? That's interesting. And even like if you just want to go for a walk, you go hiking, and you're not doing any cardio, hiking sucks. If you don't, like, especially as a bodybuilder, a bigger guy, like I'm 220, 225. If I don't do cardio and I go hiking, I suck.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die.
This guy's in shape, but he can't.
Yeah. Aesthetically, you take your shirt off, you look like you can kill it, but you can't do anything.
Exactly.
That's crazy. All right, how important is diet?
Oh.
Like, I want you to be as raw with this, and then I want to know about your diet.
Yep. I would say it's probably the most important thing. In my opinion, it's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Especially if you are trying to go for an aesthetic look. And coming from a bodybuilding background, it's all about the aesthetic look.
Yeah.
So the meals always have to be on point.
Yeah.
And someone who wants to get in shape and they come to me and they're way out of shape, they can't really move properly, and they're saying that they want to have a better life, they want to move better. And I tell them, okay, well, what are you eating on a day-to-day? How often are you moving? And how many days a week are you going to the gym? And I ask that because...
That's your process of motivation.
Yeah, it's like that process of motivation, because I say that the meals is the most important thing, because if you are where you are right now from the habits that you had before, then it has to be changed.
Gotcha.
And those meals that you eat on a day-to-day, that's the gas tank to your car. That's the fuel that you have to keep going to work, going to the gym. That's your fuel. So if you're not feeding your body properly, then
that's interesting.
What's the point?
So you're saying like feeding your body in a better way, so you got more energy to do the rest of the things you're talking about.
Exactly.
Gotcha. And it's a result of why you're looking the way you are, is because of what you're putting in.
And there's always a balance, you know. I enjoy food. Like, I love food. I love going out to eat.
Yeah, don't we all?
Yeah, we all love it. But there's sometimes that there has to be a little sacrifice to get to where you want to go. Like, nothing comes easy. So you have to sacrifice a little bit. Not saying you have to go cold turkey, cut out your favorite foods, but if you're trying to reach a certain point, there is going to be some times where you're going to have to pick one or the other.
Do you have something you can share, like how you start changing your diet? Like you got a new client comes in.
Yeah.
What's the kind of first thing you kind of get them doing?
Yeah, definitely. So for an example, I had a client who was drinking 4 or 5 cans of soda every single day.
Okay.
Every single day. And when they came to me, they expected that I was going to have them cut it off completely.
Okay.
When I told them, well, we're not going to cut it off completely, so we're going to set a goal. If you're drinking, let's say, 4 cans a day, you're eating out 4 times a week. Let's try to cut down to just 3 times a week only, and then the rest eat at home. And then we'll gradually just pick it off every single week or every 2 weeks, how long it takes. Because if you just completely take it out of your routine, you're going to get unmotivated. You're not gonna do it. It's just gonna be like
rebound, right?
Yeah, you're gonna rebound. You're gonna start binge eating, and it's just not gonna work. And I had that trial and error with clients in the past.
So just little pieces.
Yeah, little pieces here and there.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Your diet. What is your diet like?
It's a pretty basic. I still have that bodybuilding
but basic
diet.
Is everything, right?
Yeah,
I think too many people overcomplicate it.
For sure.
Basics work.
Exactly. So.
What is the basics?
Morning is the same thing, is oatmeal, egg whites or egg with 1 egg, turkey bacon, and a piece of toast. And then 3 meals after that, so it's going to be chicken or ground turkey with white rice and vegetables. And then 2 meals is going to be just either any type of protein I want with any vegetable and a fat. And then I'll have like a snack at the end of the night.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have like some fruit, some strawberries.
And you're just diligent doing that same thing.
Keep doing that every day. And then I track my weight maybe once every 2 weeks and see how it's going. And then if it's moving in the right direction, I just keep it the same.
Okay. That's super interesting. Yeah. All right. So as a bodybuilder, as a personal trainer, what is your advice for people out there looking to lose weight? They've been overweight for 10 years, 20 years. How do they get started? And kind of walk me through that from your point of view.
Yeah, definitely. So I would say first thing is, if you have someone that is in your corner or in your environment that you may look up to, ask questions. If you already go to the gym but you don't know how to start, I know a lot of people are in the gym but they don't know how to either what plan they should follow. They're just going to the gym because they know they should. I would say do some research, talk to people that's around your corner, find what works for you. If you can afford it, get a credible trainer, and just go from there. Because that's the first thing I would say, is to just do your information, do your research, and find out what works for you. Because what works, because what works for me may not work for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then how do you kind of know that? How do you know what is the right advice and who is, like, for me, I wouldn't go to a fat personal trainer. Are you kind of on the same page with that?
I definitely can agree with that, because I do see, like, in the like commercial gyms where you do see trainers who are overweight.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, and like I don't, I don't like to judge, but I do think that you are a walking billboard. So if you are promoting health and are trying to get someone in shape, how can someone trust you if you're not in shape yourself?
Yeah. Okay. And then what else would you kind of, like you mentioned people around you, people in your corner. Do you think your environment, your 5 closest friends, your biggest influence when it comes to weight loss?
I think so. I think when your 5 closest friends are going to be a big influence on whether you're active, whether you're lazy, whether you're going to the gym, because your 5 closest people are usually the people who are just like you. And that's how I look at it. So if you have people in your circle that look just like you, then you're gonna have to get out of that, and you're gonna have to expand your horizon.
How do you go about it? Sometimes that's hard. Some people like try to hold you back. Spouses can hold you back. Friends can be negative. How do you break away from that? Because even I've been there, to be honest. I've always been the guy going to the gym, always been the guy in shape, but it's always been just me, and everyone's kind of trying to hold you back all the time.
Right. I mean, I know people don't want to hear it, but just cut them off.
Yeah, you kind of got to.
Yeah, you kind of just have to do it. There's a time where you have to be selfish a little bit.
Yeah.
And you got to know that you're doing this for yourself. You're not doing it for somebody else.
Yeah. So, and I love that you say that.
Yeah. I think it's just kind of being straightforward and to the point, and just
black and white.
Yeah, exactly. That's
change my friends, change my influence, and move forwards.
Exactly.
All right. Top 3 killers in this country are all diet related. What's your thoughts on this? How do we change it?
You said are diet related?
Yeah. So they're basically saying that heart attack, diabetes, and a lot of form of cancers, and they're all diet related for the most part. Right. How do we kind of break away from this? How do we change the trajectory of the health in America?
I think it definitely starts with the people closest to you, and I feel like it starts with your parents. As a young age, when seeing my mom, she worked 2 jobs, she was never home, so whatever we had to eat at home was what we ate, and it was never the healthiest thing. It was always just like cookies, we made sandwiches, and just like everything was just made really, really greasy. But I feel the way to change that is you have to try to break out of that habit. And it definitely, I'm not a doctor, but a lot of times I've seen it firsthand with my grandpa. He had 2 heart attacks and 3 strokes, and he was never the healthiest person. He would drink every day. He ate really, really bad, and they just had him on a bunch of pills. Never really recommended being active or
losing weight, right?
Yeah, or losing weight. You know, they try to steer him away from that, saying like, "Oh, your heart is too weak. You can't do this. You can't do that." But then I just seen him deteriorate. You know, just kind of sitting there, not doing, getting overweight, and I'm seeing it a little bit with some of my family, and it really starts a lot too with our doctors. I feel they're shoving pills down our throat, but they're not telling us to get out there, be more active. I had clients who were overweight who had high blood pressure, and doctors telling them, oh, like, don't lift weights, just do cardio and just do that. And like, no, like, get out there, move around, and, you know, do something different. I'm not a doctor, of course, so I can't, you know what I mean? But I'm just seeing it. It's just I don't like that repetitiveness, because clearly it's not working.
And couple points on that. Like, there's no money in getting people healthier.
Right.
There's more money in giving someone a pill a day for the rest of their life. And then, to be honest, how many healthy doctors do you actually see, and do you know? It's not many, right?
Not many, yeah.
And really. I mean, I'm not dissing doctor. Doctor's a doctor for a reason, but to me, a walking billboard is probably got a lot more credibility as far as general health.
Like, I had my aunt used to tell me, she said, oh, you can't eat too much eggs, you're gonna get high cholesterol. and this and that. I'm just like, well, I mean, look at our family. I come from, you know, a Hispanic family.
Yeah.
Everything to them is, you know, our love language is food. It's just food, indulge, food, food. And I had to break out that habit because I'm seeing my uncle who passed, or my grandpa who passed away, and he wasn't the healthiest. I'm seeing my uncle not become the healthiest. I'm seeing a lot of people in my family just deteriorating at a really young age. And it's like, it starts with what you're indulging. And if you see that you're not getting healthier, then something needs to change.
Gotcha. So you're looking at your family and you see the eating habits, and you see the health kind of following that.
Exactly.
And then you're being the one in your family who's going to change it. Gotcha. This kind of leads to my next question. I'm guessing you're too young. You haven't got children or anything,
No.
right? Gotcha. How important is it to be a good role model towards your child and child obesity? What's your thoughts on this? How do we kind of change that?
It's like I said, it starts with the parents. It starts creating that habit for the kid, because if you don't have something available to them, then they're not going to want it. But if you're always constantly having soda, candy, chips, and you slowly give it to them, like on a daily basis, they're gonna want to crave that more and more and more.
Absolutely.
So if it's just not available to them, then it's gonna have them have a different mindset, a different habit. Seeing you be active, they're gonna want to be active. Seeing you move around, they're gonna want to see you move around.
Monkey see, monkey do,
exactly.
right?
And
and who are you to drink soda and eat candy and not let your kids have it either?
You know what I'm saying?
That also isn't, to me, that's not a good role model.
Exactly.
Gotcha. So you're saying like lead by example.
Yo,
so yeah, one of my things I say is if you don't buy it, you can't eat it. And I know plenty of times I've been dieting and I'm scraping at the cupboards and I'm looking for something sweet, but there's nothing there.
Exactly.
Because I haven't bought it.
You're not gonna go to the store and go get it.
That's the thing. I'm going to the store to go get it, so I'll just suck it up. And after an hour scraping the cupboards, I'm like, okay, guess it is what it is.
Exactly.
Or like toothpaste would be the sweetest thing I ate that day, but it is what it is. All right. Last question for you. Longevity. What is the key to longevity in your opinion?
Keep moving. I would say just keep being active. Keep doing the things that you're doing. The older you get doesn't mean you have to stop doing what you did younger. It just,
you really don't, do you?
No, you may have to switch it around a little bit. You may have to do some tweaking on what you did, because you may not be able to go as hard, as much volume intensity as you were 20 compared to 60, but it does not mean that you cannot still follow what you did as a young age. So just keep moving. I see guys 60 years old, powerlifters. It's like, if they're still doing it, what makes you think you cannot, you know?
Yeah, dude, like I'm 42 and I look at 60-year-olds and I'm like, oh, when I'm 60, I want to be able to do what these guys do.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
I can't see why there's not any reason.
Right. It doesn't mean that just because the older you get doesn't mean you need to stop doing it. If you don't move it, you lose it. Yeah, that's the thing.
Amen, right? Like,
you lose it.
Everything. I think that applies to your brain. I think that applies to your body.
Yeah.
And then just obviously being around the right influence, trying to like just lead by example. And as far as eating and longevity, what's your thoughts on this?
As far as like diet?
Yeah, I mean, like the healthier you eat, the obviously the longer you're gonna live.
Yeah.
Do you have a certain thing that you think we should be doing on a daily basis?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like we should, as far now to the day that we die, I feel like we cut out the processed food, keep drinking water, eat natural food, things that are not like I can say contaminated, because I feel like a lot of food is contaminated because all that processed stuff. Just keep that stuff out of the diet and just eat clean, go to the gym, be active, and I think that's gonna have you fuel and be good until you can't anymore.
What's the last question for you? What is the balance? So like, what percentage should you be eating clean? What percentage can you dabble and have your Chick-fil-A and your candy? And
I would say like 80-20.
80s, yeah. I'm kind of on the same page.
Yeah, I'd say like 80-20.
And I feel like that's pretty realistic, right?
No, most definitely.
Yeah.
And even though I say to cut off the processed food, and when I say that, I say don't have it as your main source of food that you're eating. You know, you can go out to eat here and there. Like, that's perfectly fine. Like, I feel like our body does need that, but just don't make it a habit of every single day. Like, that's your number one thing. I feel like this shouldn't be it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And just kind of keeps you sane too, right?
Yeah, exactly. It keeps you sane.
Yeah, you gotta, because not everybody wants to get on stage. Not everybody wants to walk around Vabs, but people want to be healthy and live longer. Cool, man. Thank you so much for your time, dude. That was
definitely.
that was perfect, dude.
Yeah,
Appreciate
definitely,
it,
man. Thank you for having me.